We're recording. Well, good morning. I don't know if the camera got that. Two hummingbirds just came in here. One is being protective of the feeder. He's up there in the tree right there, but you can't see him. 25 degrees on May 18th. It's 6:55. Sunrise was at 4:59. Sunset is at 7:59. So, first day of pre-5 o'clock sunrise, and today will be the last day of pre-8 p.m. sunset. Today's garbage day, that's why I've got a plastic bottle in my hand. It's not a recyclable bottle. I don't know why. There's a recycle symbol on the bottom. But it was a syrup bottle, so I guess I figured it's too messy. Although this has been washed out. So you can see we have plenty of frost on the roof. And Breda's hummingbird feeders, they froze. So, today's a Thursday, and heading back down to the Stoneville Club. Leave here around 8 o'clock, start work at 8:30. Come on, Flynn, let's go. Ankles are still bothering me. They loosen up later in the day. We worked at the Stoneville Club yesterday again. Got about half of what we needed to get done between Wednesday and Tuesday. And hopefully we finish up today. Although it's only going to be a two-man crew. Unless Kurt Turner shows up. For some reason Kurt didn't know we were working yesterday. As we finished up in the barn, we're sitting there having a cup of coffee because Cheryl was nice enough to make a pot of coffee for us. And phone rings. Not my cell phone, but the phone in the Snowmobile Club. They have a phone line provided by the, I guess it's Spectrum, not Spectrum, Consolidated. And I was the closest to the pantry, so I got up and answered it. And it was actually Kurt Turner trying to reach me. He was down at Topsy, or Cystodopsis as other people call it. That's the official name. And he was at Dick Brackett's camp on the East Shore Drive. Dick was trying to set up Starlink and not being very successful about it. So Kurt was trying to have me walk him through setting it up, but the phone service was so bad he was cutting out more times than I could actually hear him. So I figured I'd just take a ride down there. We get down there. Kurt met me on Depot Road because I didn't know where on Eastwood Drive Dick Brackett's place was. So he met me on Depot. I followed him down there, pulled into his place. He had 2 Springer Spaniels running around there loose. And they're trying to see who's in my truck. Look at that frost. Some pretty good frost. Sorry, bud, sorry. Sit down. Good boy. And back to the story. After we got parked, because the dogs were just running around the truck, I didn't know. Probably wouldn't have run one over, but I was afraid I was going to hit one or run one over. Anyway, get out. Met Dick for the first time, and he had a friend there, Jimmy. Didn't catch Jimmy's last name. Went into their camp. Saw what they had. And first question I asked him is, did he activate his satellite? And he says, I don't know how to do that. So I looked out to where he had it on his deck outside his camp, 20 feet from the water, and there's nothing but the camp and trees to the north. So I used the app on my phone, the Starlink app, to check for obstructions, and it said you got to find a better location because it's not going to work there. But I figured we tried anyway, and logged out of my user ID on the app, because your dish is linked to your ID. So I had to log in with Dick's ID in order to activate it. Once I logged out, I tried logging as him, but he has no internet and no phone service. He's got a phone booster, but you get 1 bar if you sit in the corner. So I was standing right there, and I couldn't get any service. We ended up walking. We tried for several minutes. And he said he probably logged in on his phone. So he showed me his phone, and he had downloaded a Starlink satellite tracking application. It wasn't the Starlink app that you use to maintain your Starlink setup. So we went next door to a camp that has a better booster. The people weren't there, but they had the key to it. They're off grid, so you had to fire up some sort of battery backup to power the phone booster. Dick also is off grid, but he has 2 solar panels. I guess they're 300 watts each, so he's got 600 watts going into something called Jackery. And it's just enough to get him by. I don't know how. he's got a generator too. Anyway, we got 4G service over at the other camp, and try to log in on my app, and kept saying invalid credentials or can't log in at this time. So we tried that for a half hour. Dick got his wife on the phone to verify her email address and password because it was registered on her account. He actually doesn't have an email account. So after trying it for so long, we just decided to pack everything up and go over to Kurt Turner's house. Now all the time Dick and Jimmy are saying I knew it was going to be too complicated to do this stuff. I said, no, man. I set mine up, I took it out of the box, put it on the deck, logged into the app, and I was online. 5 minutes. So we get to Kurt Turner's house. We plug the router in, have the dish set up on the lawn. I log in with his wife's email account, and bing, the satellite comes to life, and we're online. It's that simple. So Dick and Jimmy are there, and they're monkeying around with something, and one of them, maybe both of them, I don't know, well, I'll tell you one of them, they connect to the Starlink, and one of them actually changes the SSID, the name of the Wi-Fi, from Starlink to his wife's email, and assigns his wife's email password as the WPA login. So I'm wondering where the hell the Starlink SSID went to, because they didn't tell me they were changing the name. They didn't know they were changing the name. So we finally figured that out. And in the middle of all this, power flashes. There's a power hit. And the weird thing is, Kurt's got 10 kilowatts of solar panel, and but he's tied to the grid. So if you have a power problem, doesn't matter if you're on solar. Or if the grid has a power problem, doesn't matter if you're on solar, because you're going to flash. And his consolidated internet takes 20 minutes to come back online when there's a power hit. So anyway, after figuring out that Jimmy or Dick had changed their name, I downloaded the Starlink app on Dick's iPhone, and showed him how to use it. Everybody was doing speed tests. Kurt was on his old laptop, which has got 802.11b, which I think was limited to 12 megabits, maybe, I don't know. But he's saying he couldn't understand why. He was only getting like 8 or 9 megabits per second, where everybody else was getting 80 to 160. So then I said, well, what Wi-Fi does that have? Then we've all realized it was 2.4 gigahertz, and that was a limiting factor. So was pretty much it there. Jimmy and Dick packed everything up to head back to their camp. And I was about to leave, but Kurt wanted to show me his used oil heating system. He's got a 3-bay garage that's, what, 36 feet wide by 36 feet deep. And he doesn't put his cars in there. He's got 2 garden tractors, a 0-turn mower, a big tractor, and the big tractor was in a bay that had a lift, heavy-duty lift, and the ceiling above, because there's an upstairs on in the garage, but the ceiling above the bay with the lift, he had raised that ceiling so it was another 2 feet higher. So anyway, he shows me his used oil forced hot air heating system for the garage. Kurt's a propeller head like me. He's got internet out there. He's got a Wi-Fi router linking the house to the garage, and he's got smart outlets, so he can turn his I don't know what that. He must have garbage out. Yeah. So he can turn his oil burner on. Yeah, that's your garbage. Come on, bud. Let's go. So, he has to, he's a Rube Goldberg setup. He's got a big, wire or metal framed plastic container. You know, one of those 125-gallon things of used oil. He's got 3 filters on it. Then it goes to the burner, and it's got an oil preheater. So it gets the oil up to, I think you said 162 degrees, so it atomizes better. So he gets the preheater going. It's got a gauge on it to tell you what the temperature is, and then got up to temperature, and then the oil burner kicked on. And it has a little, most oil burners, your burner is bolted in, but his, he's got on a hinge and a latch, so he can open up and check the flame. So he opens the door if his flame is just shooting, and he says, well, when it heats up better, it has a better flame. So anyway, enough of that. He rebuilds chainsaws. He rebuilds a lot of stuff. He's got welding equipment. Yeah, Flynn's taking care of business. He's got an old dentist chair base that swivels and goes up and down. That he has a top on, no seat. He uses for working. So he can pump it up and down and rotate it around if he's welding or something. Quite a setup. So anyway, I had already spent too much time on that. I said I gotta go and out to my truck and head home. I haven't heard whether when Jimmy and Dick got back to the camp whether they got it running or not. I tried sending Kurt a message, but he didn't respond. Anyway, we have to say there's nothing on this side of the game cameras, and my one on the north drive here is down to one bar on the battery, and it's yellow, so the next step's going to be red. And then when I got home, because I've been spending so many days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, down working at the clubhouse, I figured I'd take Rita to town and have dinner. We went down to Gilmore's. That's pretty much it. Cheryl has asked that I come to the clubhouse on Saturday morning to be the waffle cooker. So it's going to be waffles by John on Saturday morning. Gotta be there before 7. Come on, boys, let's go. Flynn, come on. So that means that I'll have to take my truck down and Rita will have to take her car down later. Flynn won't get to come. Normally he takes a ride down the truck and he has the whole back seat of the truck. It's got the seats are up and there's a level surface there with his bed. So he just usually rolls up and lies down in his bed. It's warm enough in the truck. It's usually sitting in the sun. If it's a cool day, we just have the windows open a little bit. And if it's a hot day, we don't take them. But he usually does fine. And we bring leftovers out to him. But he'll stay home Saturday. And we'll bring him leftovers anyway. The ankles are loose sitting up. So I was talking the other day about this guy Wayne, who was up and down the ladder doing all sorts of work, and I thought he was older. Turns out he's a younger man. He's just doing on Medicare, so he's only 65. I don't know why I thought he was older, but I think I said he was spry. Look at that, there's ice on top of that water. So, I mean, the ground is warmed up. But it's still cold enough for the top of it to ice over. Last I heard, the installation guys were supposed to be there tomorrow, but I'm not sure that that's going to be the case. I have to find out when I see Kevin later. Come on, bud. We have 2 cans half for garbage because 2 weeks ago I had told Rita it was garbage day and she said no, it's not, it's next week. Turned out I was right. So we have two cans there. One of them is super heavy and that's the one further away. The one closer to me was super heavy at one time, and they actually ripped the handle out of it, trying to pick it up. You can see it here. Let me see. That'll probably be gone by the time the garbage truck comes. Like, come on. Yep. Well, Rita and I were talking about the freezer situation with the kind of meats we got left. Looks like we're going to have to make a run down to Maple Lane Farms. Stock up. There's the hair over there. When you think about it, make it just a trip for that. It doesn't make it very economical. So, oh, the hares are chasing each other. Oh. So we usually do a bunch of things in Bangor just to make it worthwhile. You know, we go to Sam's Club and stock up on things we can get there, and Home Depot, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Wellness, something or other Wellness Center, which sells flour. I get my rye flour from there for making rye bread. And This way, you know, it makes sense to stop by. And I mean, it's not cheap. Meat's not cheap over at Maple Lake Farms, but they've got a huge selection. Beef, pork, chicken, lamb, all vacuum packed, all frozen. So you just bring your cooler down there and pick out everything you want. Put it in your cooler, bring it back to your freezer, and you're done. So that's it. Have my coffee. Head down to Snowmobile Club. That's it. Thanks for watching.